Assalamu alaikum. I'm in the Haram right now. We're waiting for Du'a Tawassul. Before coming to the Haram, we had gone to visit Ayatollah Safi Gulpayghani. He's about 100 years old and he had good eyesight. He was just wearing glasses and perfect hearing. SubhanAllah, at his age. And I've written some notes on what he shared with us. So first of all, when he saw our group all wearing this hijab, he was very proud of the ladies with this kind of hijab. So he kind of congratulated us for maintaining our hijab, and he hopes that we continue to observe hijab when we go back to our countries. Another thing he said that he found out that most of us were from the West, London, Canada, the US, so he was very proud of us. He said that maintaining your religion in the West is not very easy. He said that when you're living in an Islamic country, it's more easy to maintain your religion and be religious. But in the West, that's a jihad. So he was also very proud of that, and he said that don't take yourselves lightly. He also wishes that he could be with us in the West so he could learn from us. He is a very, very humble person. Imagine a person of his status, a religious scholar, telling us that he wishes he could be with us in our country so that he could learn from us. Another thing he told us was to spread the message of Islam among the people in our country. And there's a hadith from the Ayatollah also who says that if people knew the reality of the Ahlulbayt, the Prophet and his family, then they would all be the real Shias of the Ahlulbayt. So this is our responsibility, and Ayatollah Safi Gulpayghani also said the same thing, that go back to your countries and spread the message of Islam among the people in your country. So this is what he gave as general advice, and then one of the girls asked about advice for women. This is the advice that he gave for ladies especially. He said that the Quran and Islam in general emphasizes the status of women so much about their roles and their duties and their status in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he told us to preserve our hijab. He said that the ladies are the pride of Islam, and if you preserve yourself, the reward is much more than what we have. By we, he was referring to himself as a religious scholar, so himself and people living in an Islamic country, basically. And then he mentioned about Quran. So this is not just an advice for the ladies, but I'm sure even men can benefit from it. That Quran is a light. It has everything in it. It has answers to all your questions and all your queries. So have a strong relationship with the Quran. Memorize it. He emphasized on memorizing the Quran. He emphasized on reading the Quran every day and reading the meaning and pondering over it and building that connection with the Quran. And another thing he mentioned was to have a strong communication with the Imam of the time, Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Have that strong inner connection with him. And then he read out some poetry by an Arab Christian. This Arab Christian has written a poetry on Quran, and Ayatollah Safi Gulpayghani recited the whole poetry for us. And the bottom line of the poetry is that this Christian says that Quran is a miracle. It's a divine book which is full of wisdom. And then he said that if non-Muslims benefit from this book, then imagine how much Muslims can benefit from it if they would take it seriously. And then his last will and last wish for us as a community was that we become the manifestation of the verse of the Quran which says that those who have received guidance and those who have received guidance will reach salvation. So he hopes that we as a community are a manifestation of that verse. And then in closing, again, he mentioned about hijab. So in this meeting, he probably mentioned about hijab 3 to 4 times. this shows the importance that he is given to hijab. So I hope and pray that I, first and foremost, am able to maintain my hijab and get better at it when I go back to my country. And inshallah, this is an advice to all the sisters as well, that just maintain your hijab and observe hijab in with everything, hijab of the eyes, hijab of our ears, hijab of our tongue, and obviously the physical covering as well. So inshallah we're able to follow this guidance and advice that he has given us.